Well, good morning, everybody. Today I'm back down on Sugar Cube Creek, back way down river, looking for catfish. And today is pleasant compared to last time. Last time the air temperature was 21 degrees and it was cold. Water temperature was 48 degrees. But I did pretty good. I didn't end up putting one of those videos online because I forgot my mount for my camera, and the video just didn't turn out that good. But I caught a lot of good fish. It was a nice trip. But everything I did was all taken by hand, and it wasn't very good quality, so I didn't do it. But today it's completely different here on Sugar Cube Creek. The trees have got leaves on them now. It's in the 50s right now, and it's 8:30 a.m. and the water temperature this morning is 53 degrees, and it's not a great deal warmer than what it was before. I was at 48 to 49 degrees before, and so it's still cold water conditions. I think the fish are going to be a little bit on the slow side today. Last night we had a real humdinger of a storm come through. There was high wind warnings, and it didn't really pan out to be that bad of a night. It got down to in the low 50 degree range, but it was raining most of the night. The high winds that were supposed to be there just didn't show up. But anyway, we had a storm front come through, and that storm front was a little bit rocky, and it's hard to say what that's going to do to the fishing today. But today I'm gonna fish the same old hole that I always do when I come over here, and then tomorrow I'm gonna probably see if I can push up river a little ways farther. But I think for right now, until I get into some fish, I'm gonna call it good, and I'm going to shut the video down and continue to get ready to go on my trip. I'm gonna float down the river just a little ways and then start casting out. So I'm going to sign off for now and see you in a little bit. Well, I got the first fish of the day on here. He's a small cat. Today I'm going to be keeping just a few of them for eating. I don't normally keep any, but on this trip I think I'm gonna. Not going to be a very big one. It's going to be a small cat. He's probably about 3 or 4 pounds. Oh, he's bigger than I thought he was. This fish is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Gosh, I didn't think that fish was that big by the way it hooked up. That's a big fish. Didn't have much fight in him. Must have been the cold water or something, I'm not sure, but this fish has got a really big belly. I'm sure it's a female. "28 inches long. Big saggy belly on her. I'm sure that's a female. This one gets to live another day, I think. That's just a big old girl right there. That was a nice fish. It was 28 inches long and I don't know, probably 8 or 9 pounds, something like that. It was a good fish. Great way to start out the day. I've been fishing for probably about 30 minutes or so. So let's see what happens next time. I'll see if I can get another. Well, I got the second fish of the day on. I've been getting a lot of bites, but I just haven't been able to get them hooked up. This rod here I'm using circle hooks on, and this is kind of the first time that I've really messed with circle hooks much. I did a little bit last time, and it was kind of spotty whether I really liked them or not. Boy, that fish is taking a lot of line right there. I had a lot of pop and drops with the circle hooks, and I don't know why. The circle hooks, you're not supposed to have to set the hook. And I had a ton of popping drops last time, and I was starting to get a few popping drops this time. And this one finally grabbed it good enough that he hooked up, but jury's still out on those. That fish is surfacing a little bit out there. Looks like a pretty good sized fish. Big old pimply rascal. He's got a whole bunch of spots on him. Another big fat-bellied rascal. I'm going to take some pictures of this one. That one's 26 inches. See if I can get a weight on it. It's probably somewhere around 6 pounds, I would think. About dropped it. Seven pounds. It wasn't far off. Alright, well, I'm going to see if I can get a couple of pictures here. Well, I got my third fish of the day on, and it looks like a pretty good fish. I've seen it surface a couple of times out front. I drug him up out of the brush. Yeah, that's a pretty good fish. Looks like another big female. Oh. Being a little bit feisty here at the boat, but .26-inch female. I'm pretty sure it's a female. I'm gonna go ahead and keep her, I think, because I need to take a few fish back. I'm gonna get a picture before I put her inside the net, so I'm gonna switch over on this. Well, I got 4 fish on, and this one's really bending my pole. Nice little fish. I'm gonna guess he's gonna be probably somewhere in the neighborhood of the ones I've caught already. Somewhere around 26 inches. Yeah, just about like the last one. He's talking to me. Another nice fish. Real nice fish. I'm gonna take some some pictures now. Here's fish number 5. He's been kind of acting up a little bit out there in the faster water. I was rebaiting my hook because I just got a bite on my other rod, and I had this one in the holder. This is the one that's got the circle hook on it. Circle hook done its job that time. It hooked up with that fish and held on to him. So, boy, this fish is really taking a lot of line. That's one of the things that I guess I could say it's a positive on the circle hook, is for the passive rod. It seems like it might be a pretty good option to use the circle hook on the passive rod so that if a fish hits, then it'll set the hook on its own. This fish is bleeding out of the gills, so I'm going to have to keep that one. But it's a good fish for keeping. So I'm going to turn the camera off because it's going to take me a bit to get this. Well, I got number 7 on. It appears to be a decent fish, but it's not a giant. This one had been messing with me for about 15 minutes, and he'd pick up my bait and mess with it, pick up my bait and mess with it, and I finally got a chance to. It felt like he was grabbing onto it, so like he's about ready to pop off. Nope, I had him good. Smallest fish I've caught in the last couple of times down here. This is the size I like to keep for eaters here. This one's 22 inches. That's perfect size for eating fish right there. I like those for eaters. I'm going to trim his barbs off so I can get him into the basket easier. That way he doesn't damage my basket. That was just a real nice little fish. Let's see if I can catch another one. Well, I got number 8 on. He doesn't feel like a real super pig, but he's putting a pretty good bend in the rod. I wouldn't put him very big though. Maybe a 4-pound fish, something like that. Just a nice eating size. Oh, he's taking some line. He's trying to be a tough guy. Come on, tough guy. He's not a bad little fish. He's got them stinking spots though, so I'm not gonna keep him. I'm gonna switch this over and get some pictures, maybe not. He's just a little guy. I think I'll just cut him loose. that was my 8th fish for the day. It's been kind of slow fishing today. I would have expected it to be a little bit better, but you know, we did have that storm that came through last night. I think that might have changed some things, but you know, 8 fish isn't too bad for this area for the day. I've done a lot better before, but the water was a lot warmer, so with this cold water I think it's not too bad. So anyway, I'm gonna turn it off until I catch another.